this is my bot, right? I have already created one bot, health support bot. Let's say I've named it. You can name it whatever you want as per your requirement, right? This opens up a bot dialogues, right? This is a bot builder, and you have different like dialogues here. Okay, so now we will go to the messaging. Main thing, the main thing which is messaging setting, right? You'll click on the messaging setting. Now everything is controlled from this messaging setting, right? This messaging setting is the new enhanced messaging channels, right? We call it messaging channels, and these are the enhanced messaging channels. So when you click on the new channel, right, you will always choose the right what are the native channels. So I will use here, let's just say enhanced chat, as I've said, right? I can name my chat, I can select the web deployment, and domain. Domain is the like my this is my domain, right? Where I'm going to host it. So from this part to this part, right? I can show it to you from here to here. You'll select remove the setup part from here and dot. This is the domain. Sorry. This is the domain, right? You see, this is my domain. So you will choose this is going to be your domain, and you can always create new. So you can see I have already ignored the first one and look at the first, second and third. I have two different messaging session, as I have already informed that here our requirement is to have two different messaging session. One is for the bot interaction and second is for the live agent. So for this we'll be using two different messaging sessions, because as I've said earlier, that in one messaging session the bot, the agent, and agent force, like our bot agent force, the new AI Salesforce bot, right? They three are just a participation or a participant to one messaging session, right? So that is why we are going to have two different messaging sessions. One of that messaging session is, let's say, messaging channel bot interaction, and another is messaging session live agent, right? So when you create these two messaging sessions, click on, like I can show it to you. Let me okay, open it. So you'll see here, these are the basic, like these are the messaging setting information, right? Then we have embedding service deployment. Yes, when you create a messaging session, automatically embedded service deployment is created along with it. If you'll click on this, sorry, if I click on this, okay, I'll open it from here. Embedded service deployment. So when we create a new messaging channel or messaging setting, a new message embedded service deployment is created, right? So, and it is created with the same name. So right now I have messaging channel bot interaction. You can see messaging channel bot interaction. This messaging service deployment is very much important because it defines you, like you want to have some pre-chat context where you want to collect some information, right? And it also gives you a web page, like where you can test your bot, what you have created till now, and then it gives you branding if you want to add some color fonts to it, right? But here this part is not much important. The much important part is here, messaging setting, right? Why are we having two different messaging setting? I will show it to you quickly. Let me go to the messaging settings. Again, I will open side by side so we all can see it, right? Let me open the live agent. So here you will see what is happening. If you will scroll down a little bit, you can see omni-channel routing, right? To both of these, you can see one of this where the name is messaging channel bot interaction. What I'm doing is I'm having a omni-channel, right? Omni-channel routing as omni flow, right? And the flow, I will quickly show you guys the flow also, right? And it has a fallback queue. So as I've said, when you can create this flow at the beginning also, when we are creating a bot, we had that option. If you remember, I unchecked it because I can create it later also. So similarly, if you'll see, this is an omni-channel flow, and what we have to do is we have to get the messaging session. How we can get the messaging session? Get the messaging session ID by record ID and channel ID. This is very important because there can be different messaging sessions and different bot working simultaneously in your org, right? So always try to have messaging channel ID, and right now I've hard coded it. You guys can use system labels or custom labels, right? So messaging channel ID, what is the messaging channel ID? This is my messaging channel ID, right? Bot interaction, this is my messaging channel ID, correct? You can see this is my messaging channel ID, right? I will get the first record and then I will route to, how to add this route to, you can see, you can go to here and route work, right? You can choose route work. So this is route work, and where I'm routing it, I can show it to you. Like what is this? Record variable, get messaging session ID, and service channel is messaging. Yes, we created a service channel, messaging type of servicing channel where we are routing to enhanced bot, and what is the bot name, right? And similarly, you can choose a fallback queue, and this fallback queue, how you will acquire it, once you will configure the routing configuration, then you will get this, right? So when you do this, you can go back to, I can quickly show it to you also, like you go here, click on the bot. Yeah, I already have a bot. Click on the overview page, and here in the overview page, scroll down, you can see it, inbound omni-channel flow. This is active, and this is related route to health support bot, correct? And go back to the, like, let's go back to the dialog part and messaging channel. So right now what is happening is, you can see that I have two different messaging channels. So what I try to explain is that this one is routing based on the flow, and what it is doing, it is routing to the bot, correct? This is the second messaging channel, which is transferring us to the live agent, right? So how we are transferring right now, I'm not using flow, because once you have created a queue, as I've said, that queue will already hold your live agent. So here the routing, you can always edit it, and you can choose, you see, omni flow user to, if you want to, like if you have a particular user or one user, then obviously go with user, but it is not suggested. Always create queue, so that later on you can add few or more people to it, more representatives to it. Click on the omni queue, select the queue which we just created, and save it, right? So now I will show you what is happening inside the bot. So let's just go to bot, and you see what I'm doing is, I'm not using the standard transfer to agent. Like I'm not using this transfer to agent. I have created one more dialog which says live agent, and inside this live agent, what I do is I route, right? How do I route? I route based on the, I check, like let's say, again, why I am doing this, because in an organization, when you are working with the sandboxes or production, there can be multiple present statuses, correct? So based on this present status, I am tracking if any user is available or not. How you can do this, I will quickly open the flow also, so we all can see. This is a very easy flow, or like I can quickly show it to you. Let's just say this one, right? So what is happening here is, we all like this, I'm having a auto launch flow, because it has to be auto launch. I'm getting the user presence service, like user service presence. This is where, right, like we track, or we can fetch it, like the present status. I have using again the ID, what ID, the ID of the present status. I can show it to you, correct? The ID of the present status. And when it say is current state true or false, this defines if any user, let's say there is five representatives added, like agent reps added. So if any of them is available with the status and the current status is true, it will fetch it. Now decide if agent is available or not, yes or not, right? It is defining from here, user presence is null, false, and not available. Then I'm directly making it to the like not to the default outcome path, right? And then I have a variable, it is a very boolean variable, is agent available. If it is okay, if it is the agent is available, I'm just marking it as true, right? This is a very simple flow. Now going back to the bot. Okay, so here I have added it as an action. Let me reduce the size. I have added an action. Which action? This action is calling my flow. Out of this flow, you can see I have an output, and I have created a output as boolean output, and I have assigned the variable. This variable I am getting it from flow, correct? And inside flow, this is a, you see, okay, is agent available? It is available for output, right? So, and based on this, then I have two different rule. If agent is available, then I am routing it to transfer to agent. Again, transfer to an agent. This is the standard one, so I've created a new custom one. And if it is not, then directly to the no agent, right? That there is no agent right now, and inside no agent you can have different messages. Sorry, there is no available agent right now, something, anything like that. And what is happening now? Let's go to what is happening inside transfer to agent, right? I simply display a please wait while we are connecting you to a live agent, right? Now the next part, or the most important part, is included in our VF page. So why I'm saying VF page? Because when we create a messaging session, right, messaging channel or a messaging setting, when we create a messaging channel, then what I've said, an embedded service deployment is created with it, right? This embedded service deployment gives us a test enhanced web chat, right? You can read here, test your custom messaging experience in a Visual Force page. So if I click here, it will open my Visual Force page, right? When I say Visual Force page, this means there is a code, Visual Force code, correct? So let's go to the developer console, and I have already opened those two codes, right? So the very first or the very basic requirement here is, so let's say if you want to end the messaging session one, right, as per the requirement, there is no particular Salesforce standard way to end it, right? Only it can be ended when a user, like a patient or a rep, wants it. There is no standard way. But no, sorry, my mistake, I'm saying standard way. Yes, there is no configurable way, but we always have different APIs in Salesforce. So similarly, for that use, we have, if you can see, we have user verification API. So inside this user verification API, we have something